Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is I'm Not Sorry for Being Open-Minded. And you shouldn't be either. No matter if it's trying new foods, listening to other points of view, meeting people you normally never would, or doing something so far out your comfort zone it seems crazy. Just do it. Be open to new and different ideas, because it's worth it. And it's awesome. Today is March 1st, or February 29th extended. I'm not sure which, but one or the other. And today we're going to be going over trying to be a little more open-minded. We believe it would probably be best for everybody to be a little more open-minded. It does seem that you tend to get more open-minded the older you get. Young people, not so much. I've seen it. It seems, especially the older I've gotten, for sure, and I know other people, that seems more willing to accept things.
I think
it doesn't, of course, apply to some of the older generation for sure, but
I think it starts in waves. Like when you're very young, you have just that open-minded. You're willing to accept anything, everything. Sometimes that's your downfall. Sometimes that's just what makes life so amazing for you. And then you hit a certain age where you just become so cynical of everything. And then you also, once you get a certain point of view, you want to hold on to that no matter what. Then it's like you hit that age where it's like, wow, I'm broadening my horizons. I want to know what you think. And then you hit an age where it's like you lived a certain way for so long that if change happens, you're like, get off my lawn.
It goes in waves. Yes. And hopefully it can stay. Once you get kind of we're reaching our 30s at this point, I feel like I'm more open-minded than I probably have ever been in my life.
Yeah.
More willing to accept things more so than I ever have.
I think that when you're in that middle stage, it's like it's a weird feeling of you've lost the really, really open-mindedness of childhood, but you haven't reached the level where you're comfortable enough to just let go of your prerequisites. Like as far as like your parents, what they've been teaching you or been putting into your head.
Yeah. That's the whole thing to itself. Yeah. That's another cast.
Yeah. Or just like your teachers, you're not willing to let go of the information that is in front of you in order to just really think for yourself. And I think that's that weird level that a lot of people are at, and some people never leave that, and it's just time to.
Yes, it's best for anyone to be a little bit more open-minded to people, of course. That would just be best for everybody. If we were just a little more open-minded for what people liked and people wanted to do with their own lives.
Yeah.
To, of course, trying just new and different things in general. Whether it's food, be open to new cultures and new types of food. What was it? Indian food? Is that what we were trying?
We went to a Indian place. We had never. It was just like random, spur of the moment. Hey, I heard of this place. I've heard it's good. Do you want to go with? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun.
Went and tried it and was pleasantly surprised how much we enjoyed it.
And we keep thinking about it. And it's like something we're always thinking about and wanting to go back to, and we haven't been able to yet.
It'll happen.
We didn't even know what we were eating. Let's be honest. Like we just started putting things on the plate, and
that's a little bit, just gotta be open-minded. Like, trust this is actually food, and they're not trying to kill us. And throw some rice on the plate, and just like, all right, there's a whole bunch of different soup-like substances here. We're going to throw it on some rice, and we're going to see how it tastes.
It was so good.
And I will say 95% of everything we tried.
Oh, yeah.
Was good to great. And a couple was like, yeah, that definitely wasn't for me. But wouldn't have known it.
Yeah.
Didn't try it.
And not only that, but the people that we were with, it's like, we did not like something, and they were like, yeah, that's great. And it's like, that's good for you. I'm glad you were able to try something and like it. Even if we didn't, they found interest in it, and that's perfectly fine. It's not going into my system.
So now, trying new foods and being a little bit more accepting and a little bit more open to other people's culture in general and what other people think, and then other people's opinions in general. That can go from being a little bit more open to people's religions to being open to the other side of the aisle when it comes to politics, and understanding people have different points of view, and their opinion probably isn't wrong. It's just different.
Yeah. One of the big things to know about being open-minded is that you can listen and accept and still not agree. Like, you don't, just because you're willing to listen to them doesn't mean that they are changing your mind. Yes, maybe it does. Maybe it opens your eyes to something. But listening to them does not automatically mean, oh, because I'm hearing them out, I have to believe what they say now. I have to accept it. And it's like, no, some of what you hear you may not even like. It's highly possible you won't like it. And that's okay. You can still have a civil conversation with someone.
Most definitely. There's this viewpoint that I've seen a lot online that there's interview shows online, of course, and a lot of people want to go with, well, anybody this person has who sits down and has an opinion, well, the other person must automatically agree with them. It's like, they're just interviewing and listening and having an open mind about things, and that's a good thing. Just because you hear someone out, like you said, doesn't mean you agree with them. Doesn't mean you're going to agree with them. Doesn't mean they're going to change your mind. But hearing someone out, that's super important. And you can be friends with people you don't agree with.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure you do agree about something.
Yes.
Therefore, you can have something to talk about. Just because your religion isn't the same, or just because your politics aren't the same, or you don't like the same type of music or movies, there's something else you like.
And that's the thing, is that you can have those boundaries with the people that you care about, with the people you make friends with the people that you know. You can decide between yourselves, like, hey, we have so much in common, we like this, but maybe, religion or politics or something is just not really something that you and I should talk about because it causes such conflict between us. And it's like, it's okay to have those boundaries with people that you care about. And I don't think a lot of people view it that way. A lot of people say, well, if you can't talk about religion with somebody, then obviously you can't, be just friends. That just doesn't work out.
You can definitely be friends. I would probably go on the bigger route of, you're probably not going to be best friends.
No.
If you can't have the openness to talk about, in my opinion, literally anything, then you're probably not best friends.
And it's
probably.
Probably.
There are exceptions to all rules.
Well, it comes down to the big thing, is that I know we had talked about a little bit of this prior to the show.
Momoa.
But keep Momoa out of this. Okay. But it's that you should not go into a discussion. You should not open someone up to a discussion with the pretense of, after this is over, they're going to hear my opinion. Like, you shouldn't go into a discussion, ask someone about something with the thought in your mind that the reason why I'm asking this is so that by the end of it, I can tell them why they're wrong, or I can tell them what I think too. You should just be willing to lay the cards out and be like, hey, you have this point of view. I want to hear it. I want you to tell me about yourself. I want you to tell me about how you feel or what you think, and expect nothing in return.
Yeah, you don't always have to express your own opinion. Sometimes it's just more about hearing someone out and learning about something maybe you don't actually know a whole lot about. Or maybe you don't know as much as you think you do.
Yes, and it's good to be willing to ask questions and not input, like, not give your own input. Be like, oh, so why do you think that? Or be like, why do you feel that way about that? But don't turn it into like oh, well, you should feel like this, or you need to feel like this, or this is how I feel because of that. It's like, it doesn't have to be like that, and most people not most people, but just a lot of people are still in the mindset of everything has to be a debate.
Debating can be fun, but not everything has to be a debate. There are lots of opportunities to learn.
Yes.
And learning is very good. There's time for debate. There's time for learning and hearing someone out and just listening occasionally. Something I thought about at work one day was like, I would love to get a camera and get 5 or 6 people in a room, different people. I know someone who's Jewish. I know someone who's Christian. I know someone atheist. I know someone who knows more about Mormons. I know someone who's more, what's the other one? Starts with a P. Oh, there's another one. There's another religion. Pentecostal. There's someone Pentecostal. And just get all of them in a room. Just in a room, and let's have a conversation about religion. Just religion in general. Tell me about your religion. Tell me about your religion. Tell me about yours. Let's just have a conversation. See where the differences lie. See where the commonality lies. And I think it'd be really, really interesting. And very enlightening, I think, for everybody involved.
Just
I know someone who, whatever you are, I forget.
I'm weird. That's exactly what I am.
Okay, well there we go. We'll throw you in there too. Just because.
We'll have that on a different cast.
I'm just saying, in general, I think it would be fascinating
to
actually hear everyone's point of view and what their religions entail and what it's about and what's going on. Because I've had some small conversations with different people. I'm like, you know what? I had no idea. I just didn't know.
And that's the thing, is that I love hearing about that kind of thing. I love hearing about other people's points of view, especially on what they believe, what their heart, their spirit, their soul, how they see life or how they see death. It's so interesting to listen to. And so few people are willing to share it because they're afraid of getting attacked.
See, it'd be more interesting. Find like a set, like 10, 15 questions. Like you said, what is your opinion of life? What is your thoughts on death? What is your thoughts on an afterlife? What is your thoughts on... Be cool. It'd be very interesting because you know how much knowledge you could learn. That'd be really interesting. I don't need to go to 15 different videos about 15 different people telling me 15 different things. It'd be cool to have someone, or everyone in the same room would be cool.
Maybe.
Or it would be a bloodbath.
No, I just mean like...
Okay, we went different routes there. Okay, I'm sorry.
I just meant that maybe as in, maybe we could see this happen at a later time.
That's what you meant. I thought you said maybe it would go the opposite way and everyone would kill each other. Like, that's not so encouraging at the moment, but...
No, not quite. Not exactly where I was going. But no, and that is something that we eventually want to get to, especially about not being sorry. Is definitely don't be sorry for what you believe in.
No, don't be sorry. I mean, this is where this podcast is going. Don't be sorry for who you are. Period. And we're going to go some other topics as well, but in general, here so far, don't be sorry for who you are. Definitely don't be sorry for what you believe in.
No.
Because everyone's going to have a different opinion. And that's all right. They can have one. Be open to hearing that.
Definitely.
Any final thoughts before we close up?
I don't believe so. I think we went well rounded. We went to murder there for a minute, but it happens.
Maybe not the best thing to go to, but things were mistaken and we went a different route.
But we were open. We didn't fight about it.
Were we supposed to?
No.
All right. As always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled, reach Amanda at KZPup, reach the show at Beyond Our Focus, pretty much anywhere. Like the video, because we'd appreciate that, especially if you did like it. The whole thing's encouraging, so we'd appreciate that. Leave some comments down below. Let us know sometimes you've been open-minded and heard something different or tried something new. And subscribe to the channel, because we'd greatly appreciate that. Anything else?
No, I believe we're good.
Awesome. Till next time, long days and pleasant nights.